Footage has emerged proving WNBA referees definitely have an agenda against Caitlyn Clark and the Indiana Fever.
Hey, just like that, Cathy Engelbert, the WNBA, the team owners, the Players Association, in the split of an instance, all of it can change. In a split instance, all of it can change. If this injury does anything, it should be a wake-up call to the WNBA, the Players Association, the team owners, that just like that, all this fanfare, all this interest, all this newfound attention on the league can disappear.
The WNBA just did the unthinkable. They fired their commissioner. Yep, Cathy Engelbert is out. At least that's what the rumors are saying. After one of the biggest officiating messes we've seen, fans are furious, players are speaking out, and the league, it just slammed the panic button hard. But here's the wildest part. They're not just looking for a replacement. Behind the scenes, rumors are flying that they've already got one locked in. And trust me, this name is going to shock everyone. Word is, it's a true basketball legend. Someone with championship rings, Hall of Fame status, and deep roots in the game. Someone fans never expected to see in the WNBA spotlight. If the whispers are true, this could be the biggest shakeup in league history. So stick around, because we're breaking down every missed call, every piece of drama, and we'll reveal exactly who the WNBA just brought in to clean up this mess. Spoiler, it's gonna shake the entire league.
Off right now. Really didn't feel like making this video because what I just witnessed displayed on CBS was horrendous. These WNBA referees need to be fined. Something needs to happen. I mean, the lack of calls against the New York Liberties was at an all-time high, bro. I mean, if this was an NBA game, a lot of players would have been fouled out. A lot of players would have been in deep foul trouble. The way Caitlyn Clark and Indiana Fever was getting fouled, it was just hard to watch at times. Now, granted, they rallied back from a 15-1 lead. From a 15-point deficit. But, guys, I'm telling you right now, the referees are the storyline in this one, bro. And I told y'all, I stressed to y'all this offseason, I told y'all what it was. I say, if Caitlyn Clark and the Indiana Fever be successful, the referees is going to try to derail it. And that's exactly what happened in this game, bro. They derailed them from beating the New York Liberty.
Let's rewind the clock. Indiana Fever versus New York Liberty. Sold out crowd, playoff vibes, Caitlyn Clark going head-to-head with the reigning champs. This game had everything: hype, stakes, national TV. It should have been the game of the year, but instead, it turned into a ref show, and not in a good way. From the jump, something felt off. Caitlyn Clark got hacked nearly every time she touched the ball. Lexi Hull got whistled for a foul that quite literally didn't happen. The kind of call that makes you pause and ask, are the refs watching the same game we are?
I am always dumbfounded by how many times they call fouls on screeners and how many illegal screens are set in the WNBA.
Clark and Sophie Cunningham were furious, chasing down the official after the buzzer, just trying to get an explanation. But the ref, he turned his back, walked away, refused to engage. And in that moment, you could feel it. This wasn't just a tough loss. It was a breaking point. Let's break down the numbers. The Liberty shot 32 free throws. The Fever, just 15. That's more than double. In a game decided by just a few points.
Screening action down low. Clark has to get open. 1 second left.
Foul right there. Boom.
Clark doesn't get the shot off. Cloud locks her up, and New York comes into Indianapolis and takes the checkered flag.
Now, look, Natasha Cloud, and I made a video yesterday. I told y'all Natasha Cloud could possibly be the reason. I hope not, but she could possibly be the reason Caitlyn Clark.
That's not just a stat, it's the outcome. And here's the kicker. This wasn't an isolated case. Through the first stretch of the season, the Fever are minus 31 in free throw differential. That's a red flag the size of Madison Square Garden. It's not just bad luck, it's systemic. Caitlyn Clark has been absorbing more contact than any rookie should ever endure. Remember when Kennedy Carter blindsided her off the ball? The kind of hit you see in the NFL, not a basketball court. And what did the refs call it? A common foul. No flagrant, no tech, just a shrug. That's not just poor officiating. That's putting player safety at risk.
is there could be an NBA referee scout at any high school game. And I know that that was something that was going viral on Twitter when we are talking about the referees.
After the backlash, the league announced that the referees from the Liberty Fever game were suspended. It sounded like accountability, a rare move, but insiders quickly shut that down. According to multiple reports, Cathy Engelbert, the commissioner herself, didn't lead that decision. In fact, right after the suspension was announced, she was asked to resign, privately, quietly. This wasn't just a slap on the wrist for the refs. It was a full-on political power play. Executives and owners, frustrated by months of silence from the top, decided it was time to act. And when Clark, the most high-profile rookie since maybe ever started speaking out, it pushed the situation over the edge. Some say Angelbert was thrown under the bus. Others say she lost the locker room long ago. Either way, the commissioner was out and the WNBA was officially in damage control mode. This drama didn't start last week. Let's go back to last season. The Liberty won the WNBA Finals. Great team, talented roster, deserving champions. But then Cathy Engelbert walks onto the court to present the trophy, wearing a blue and black dress. Liberty colors.
Indiana Fever star rookie Caitlyn Clark was subject to several intentional fouls. Now, they also brought up Game 5 of the WNBA Finals. We actually made a whole video about that as well because there were some suspect calls at the end of that game, and a lot of people felt like the WNBA Finals were actually rigged because Cathy Engelbert was also wearing a dress that had the New York City skyline on it. So there was just a bunch of things that seemed kind of...
Fans watching at home lost it. Was it intentional? Who knows? But optics matter. And to thousands of fans, that moment confirmed what they'd been whispering. The league plays favorites. Since then, every controversial call in favor of the Liberty has only added fuel to that fire. And after the Fever game, that fire became an inferno. The WNBA's attempt to calm the storm by suspending referees backfired. Instead of restoring trust, it triggered a deeper wave of doubt. Fans asked, why now? Why only after the outrage? Why only after the video clips went viral? It felt like the league wasn't leading, it was reacting. And that's a dangerous place for any league to be. Meanwhile, the Fever players are playing their hearts out. The fans are packing arenas. The media is finally paying attention. But at the top, it felt like no one had a plan. And that brings us to the real issue. This league is growing faster than it's evolving. And that gap? It's starting to show. Would any of this be happening if Caitlyn Clark wasn't in the league? Probably not. Clark isn't just another rookie. She's a ratings magnet, a marketing goldmine. She's filling arenas, boosting TV deals, and bringing millions of new fans into the fold. And with that spotlight comes scrutiny. When Clark gets hit and there's no whistle, it's trending. When she's pulled down in a close game and the refs swallow their whistles, Twitter explodes. This is what happens when your league finally gets mainstream attention. Every mistake becomes magnified. Every no call becomes a headline. And that's why protecting your stars isn't optional, it's mandatory. Let's shift to the media disaster. During an interview, Cathy Engelbert was asked about the toxic nature of fan behavior on social media, specifically the racism, misogyny, and homophobia aimed at Caitlyn Clark, Angel Reese, and other players. Her answer? She pivoted to marketing, called it a bird magic moment, said rivalries were good for business, that people caring even if they were hateful meant the league was relevant. Cue the backlash. Terry Jackson, executive director of the WNBPA, slammed the comments. She said it plainly. There is absolutely no place in sport or in life for the vile hate, racist language, and misogynistic attacks our players are facing. Players like Brianna Stewart, Kelsey Plum, and Alicia Clark were vocal. They said Angelbert missed the moment, that she had a silver platter to denounce hate and fumbled it. Instead of protecting the league's values, she protected the brand. So here we are. The WNBA is finally in the national spotlight. More people are watching than ever before. The arenas are packed, the headlines are non-stop. But while the lights are bright, the foundation beneath is shaking. The officiating? It's broken. The leadership? It needs a complete rebuild. And trust? Let's be real, it's hanging by a thread right now. Players are speaking out. Coaches are losing faith. Fans are asking the hard questions. And the league? It can't afford to stay quiet. And get this, it happened during that rough game against the Liberty. The one where she was getting bumped, shoved, and flat out hacked every time she touched the ball. No whistle, no protection, just more punishment, game after game. After the game, she told the team her leg was hurting and they got her checked out. MRI confirmed it quad strain. And this isn't the same thing from the preseason. This is new. Coach Stephanie White made it clear they're gonna be careful with her. Real careful. Because they know how much she means to this team and this league. Look, Caitlyn's been playing through stuff since training camp. She even missed her first preseason game because of some tightness. But now it's serious. Now they have to shut her down and let her heal. Let's not forget what she's been doing on the court, either 19 points a game, 6 rebounds, over 9 assists. She's running the show in Indiana, and now she's out, possibly for 4 straight games. This is a big deal, not just for the Fever, but for the whole WNBA. When Caitlyn's not on the court, the league feels different. She brings the energy, the attention, the highlights. And without her, you can already feel the drop-off. So now the question is, how does the Fever bounce back? Who steps up while their leader is out? And can the league keep this momentum going without its biggest star active? Hopefully Caitlyn comes back soon, healthy and ready to go. But until then, the WNBA just got a whole lot more unpredictable. All right, back to what we were saying. Now let's talk about the name that's got everyone buzzing behind the scenes. The name that's popping up in texts, group chats, and front office whispers all across the league. Who's stepping in to clean up this mess? Who has the guts, the clout, and the vision to steer the WNBA out of controversy and back into the spotlight for the right reasons? Multiple sources say the WNBA isn't just searching for a replacement, they're pulling a major power move. They're looking to bring in a game changer, someone who doesn't just understand basketball but lives it, someone who commands respect the moment they walk in the room. Larry Bird. Yes, you heard that right. That Larry Bird, Indiana legend, NBA Hall of Famer, the man with ice in his veins and a basketball IQ that changed the way the game is played. He's not just a former player, he's a cultural icon, a straight shooter who built championship teams with the Indiana Pacers and who understands what true leadership looks like on and off the court. And if this rumor ends up being true, the WNBA isn't just trying to patch up a PR nightmare, they're trying to shift the entire narrative. This isn't about damage control, it's about starting fresh with a face fans already know and trust. Because let's be real, nothing says we mean business like putting Larry Bird in charge of fixing the league's image. Imagine Larry Bird as commissioner. Seriously, take a second and picture that. This isn't just some PR stunt. This is Larry freaking Bird, a guy who's done it all: MVPs, championships, built teams, led franchises, and earned the respect of just about everyone in the basketball world. He brings clout, no doubt about that. But more than that, he brings a kind of presence the league desperately needs right now. He's not going to be a quiet figurehead who signs papers and nods politely. Number Bird is a basketball lifer, a guy who's been in the trenches. He knows what it means to grind, he knows how to lead, and more importantly, he knows how to listen to players, to coaches, and to fans. He understands fairness because he's played through unfair calls. He understands greatness because he's defined it. He understands what a league should stand for, and he's not afraid to call out what's broken. If Larry Bird takes over, you can expect changes, and not a year from now, but right away. Stricter officiating standards? Check. Clearer, more consistent rules? Definitely. A real plan to protect players from unnecessary hits and dirty plays? You better believe it. And above all, accountability. At the top, no more hiding behind vague statements or dodging the hard questions. Larry doesn't do politics, he does basketball. So yeah, imagine that. Larry Bird walking into that office, picking up the phone, and letting the entire league know it's a new day in the WNBA. And things are about to get real. So, what do you think? Is Larry Bird the answer the WNBA needs? Or is this just another rumor in a league spinning out of control? Let me know in the comments. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because if this rumor is real, this WNBA season just went from chaotic to historic.